Hello and welcome to another video. So I don't know exactly when this video is going to go up, but it's like an extra video I kind of wanted to film because I got this cool thing and I'm not 100% sure how it works. I've seen like one video on YouTube about it, but I found this create your own custom cover thingy at a Joann's, which I've never gone to Joann's. I never ever. This was my first time going, and it was just because they were having that 60% off Happy Planner sale thing that people were talking about on Facebook. And so I saw it and I was like, well, you know, I actually live near a Joann's now because I live in a bigger city than I have for the past like 5 years. So I thought, why not stop by? And I had just gotten paid and everything. So I was like, I'll check it out. And then I found this. And this is really cool because it was originally like $10, I think, which wasn't too bad for what it is, if it's any good. But then it was 60% off. So I got it for like $4. And I thought that I would play with it. I got 2. And I'm just going to see how it works. So it's a custom cover. This is the cover that's currently on my planner, which is just like a fused notebook situation. I've got a lot of random things in here, and at some point I'll probably do a flip through. So I've got that going, and I've been wanting like a seasonal holiday type cover. And for some reason, I don't understand why Happy Planner doesn't sell more covers, like, separately. You know, they just sell... Interesting. Okay, sorry. They just sell the, like, the whole planner. And then recently, when they did their collaboration with various Black artists, they have a few covers that are, like, separate. But they don't have very many. So I was excited to see this because then it means that I can do like multiple things with this, I hope. I don't know how durable it's going to be. But in theory, right, it's this little pocket where you just slip your design in and it already has all the lamination and stuff that you need, right? It's a plastic pocket. Whereas if you do your own lamination, you have to either have like the really expensive kind of laminator that can laminate the really thick pouches, or it's going to be flimsier than like the Happy Planner cover, which I also don't like. So I saw this and it seemed promising, and there are 2 of them, so I'm going to make a front and a back cover. And apparently Happy Planner had another version of the DIY cover where like it was like a self-adhesive lamination pouch kind of thing, and this is instead just a pocket, which I really like because then I can make multiple designs if this lasts more than like a couple months before it gets too scratched up or bent or something. So I'm gonna try it out, and it's got like, this is where the pocket opens, and I kind of want that to be the inside. So I think this is going to be the back cover. Wait a second, I guess I can't do that. So they're both oriented the same way, as though they're both meant to be front covers, right? So if the pocket is face up, I can make this a back cover and the pocket will be face up and it will be on the inside. That's fine. But for this one, right, because it's oriented the same way, if I want the pocket face up so that like the design doesn't fall out, then the opening has to be outwards. Or I could flip it upside down. The design is on the inside, but then the pocket, like, it's on the bottom of the planner. So if you hold up the planner, like, will it fall out? I don't know. There's also a difference in the clear spacing between the top of this pouch right here, which is like a solid centimeter or so, and the bottom, which is like super close to the edge. I don't know how I'm going to orient these things, but I don't need to figure that out right now. It'll depend on how it looks once I have the design that I want. So I'm just going to take this out so that I can use this to measure. I'm going to set that to the side, and then I pulled some scrapbook paper. So I've been having a lot of fun the past few weeks with this scrapbook paper pad by Recollections at Michael's. It's called Fall Orchard, and I got it on since it's a hot buy, I was able to get it buy one, get two free. So I got 3 different, like, what do you call it? Scrapbook paper pads when I went. But I've really been enjoying this one. And I pulled some really fun designs. So I really like this one. I like the flower in the middle and the flowers on the edges. And I thought that this could be probably the front and keep it fairly simple. I might add 1 or 2 stickers depending on what I find that I like. And then I thought that this would be the inside. So it's just a simple plaid, but if I do it right, then it can also be reversible, right? Sometimes I could have this on the front, sometimes I could have this on the front. And I thought that the reds coordinated, and I'm excited about it. So that's where I'm starting, and then it might be as simple as cutting these pieces of paper and then sliding everything in, or not. I'm not really sure. So I've got to figure out how I want to center this. And I know that this is a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper, and I wonder what the dimensions of this are. Okay, so I've got my paper trimmer because it has a ruler on it. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a little longer than 10 inches. Is this what I'm reading? No, because this is offset. So it's actually 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it's a hair bigger than 9 inches by, which makes sense. The Happy Planner is roughly 7 by 9. So this is 6 and a little, almost 7. Okay. Okay, so it's like, I should write this down so that I can keep this all in my head. So we've got 9 1/8 inches on one dimension, and then on the other dimension, it is 6 7/8. So then, if this is a 12 by 12 inch piece of paper, if I have 9 inches in this dimension, 9 and a little bit, but let's start with like rounding to 9. That means that there needs to be at least 1.5 inches on each side if I want this centered. Maybe I should just do 9 by 7. I wonder if that would fit. It would be a hair shorter than this insert and a hair wider. Maybe I need to experiment, because if I had just solid inch measurements, that would make measuring so much easier. So here's a piece of copy paper, and if I want it to be 9 inches, by 7 inches, okay, so it might be hard to see, but right, it's a hair shorter and a smidge longer than this insert. I wonder how it looks and if it fits. Okay, so that's not going to work. But I don't want to eyeball it because it's like such pretty paper and I don't have infinite amounts. So like I don't want to mess this up, which is why I need to measure. And if I'm going to measure, I need a real ruler. Okay, I got up and I found my ruler. So I actually I need, oh, it would be 1.5 inches on each side if this were exactly 9 inches tall. But instead, I actually have 2 7/8 extra inches that need to get cut. And if I divide that by 2, that's 1 6/8 1/16. I'm probably doing this way more complicated than it has to be. 1 6/8 1/16. Yeah, and then that can be a rounded 16th, right? Because this is just 1 12/16 1/16, which is just 1 13/16. And this has 4/8. This does have 16ths, doesn't it? That's good. Okay, 1 13/16 inches off of each side. And if I did that right, this should fit in the middle. How is this possible? Okay, what did I do wrong? Where did I mess up? 2 inches. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Yup. 2 inches 7/8 is what's like extra. 1/2 of a 7th is not a 6th. It's not a 7th. What am I doing? Okay. I'm glad I did that on the back. It's 3 3/8 1/16. 1 inch, 3/8 1/16, which is 7/16. Yeah, that makes so much more sense. What am I doing? All right, measuring again. 1 7/16. There we go. That's so much better. Okay, so I can make that cut now. Okay, that's good. Now I need to get the other dimension. So it was, actually I'm going to do this to all the papers first. While I've got this 1 7/16 situation to be trimmed on the widths. So it's 12 inches across, 6 7/8 inches is how wide it is. Which means that there are 5 1/8 inches that have to be cut. So we divide this in 2, we get 2 1/2, 2 1/2, and a 16th. So that's 2 8/16 and a 16th on one side, which is 2 9/16 on either side. Okay, this is what math class is for. Let's see. Here we go. All right, so we've got 1 inch, 2 inches, and a, what did I say? 9/16. That's a 9/16. And then over here, 9/16. So that should match the width of this. And it does. Okay, that's good. Phew. Going in. It's so pretty. I think it worked. Ooh, I like it. Okay, so doing the same thing to this one. So I've got two, they look the same. Now I can put the two pieces together. Okay, so this is going to fit without any problems. The downside to these covers is that because you need wiggle room to slip things in and out, you do have a lot of like clear overhang on either side and at the top especially. But I think it'll be all right. I might do something. We'll see. First, I think I'm gonna keep this just like this. I thought about trimming this little white overhang, but I don't want to right now. I'm going to keep it as is. And then I'm going to glue these two together. So these two fit together well. Starting from the top. I also like the idea of these DIY covers because it lets me get like a dark cover, and Happy Planner does not have very many dark covers. And I like the really bright ones, but you know, this time of year, I feel like the darker color tones are really nice. Okay. How did this happen? Do you see this? That was not there a second ago. Okay, I think that's okay. It has like, why does it feel crooked? Did you see how well this corner is lined up, this guide corner that I used? And then as you go across here, you get a little bit of white overhang, which means that the piece on the back can't be straight. Like this line is not straight. Ugh. That's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I've got that down. And now the question becomes, do I want to have anything on the inside? And do I want anything here? Because like some kind of script or something here might actually be nice because the flower is like a heavy piece at the top. And I think that would bring some balance. But I don't know that I have anything that I like that would fit here. I flipped through this book. There are some quotes, but they wouldn't look good on this. Because of the foil that's already there, this foil would just get lost. Then there are things like this, but they're clear stickers. It's like I wish I had a vinyl decal, and I almost cut one because I have some vinyl and I have a silhouette. But last Christmas, my boyfriend and I made custom mugs for all our family for Christmas gifts, and I cut enough vinyl doing that project for my whole life. I don't want to cut any more vinyl. I especially don't want to weed anymore, which is when you take out the negative space, you know, because it just cuts on, like if your vinyl's blue, the cutter is going to cut on a solid blue piece of vinyl, and then you have to pick off the pieces that aren't really part of the design. I'm looking through here because I know there are some words. I'm wondering if any of them are good. But they're too fall, and honestly, I'm looking for like a fall, winter, Christmas kind of thing. I also have random other scripts from other scrapbooking books. And the only one that would even be a contender is the solid gold, but I don't like that word. It doesn't do anything here. I forgot I had this book. I knew that I had gotten 2 other sticker books with my fall book because, not sticker books, scrapbook books, because that was the deal, but I couldn't remember which ones they were. I also have this like light toned Christmas, which would have been a cute other direction to go in. But it's not fall at all, and I don't want to go too heavy Christmas just yet. I'm trying to wait until after Thanksgiving. Ooh, but some of these would be very pretty. But no good words. Okay. Scrapping that idea, I think the front is going to have to stay as is. When it comes to the insides, the pattern is not quite as obtrusive, and some of these foil scripts might actually work. So I have Merry and Bright, Happy Christmas. Let's get cozy. I have also considered like building a little scene of people skating. Imagine that this is a front cover when I flip it around. Then this right here would be really cute. So I'm going to do that. And it's just offset just a little bit. And then I have like my leading up to fall, like end of fall cover, and then I can flip it around and have my Christmas cover. And then I can flip it back for the winter. This is good stuff. I'm liking how this is coming out. Now I just have to decide if there's anything else to add. I don't like that these are clear. I also have the All in a Season Mega Sticker book, which has some wintry stuff in it. Okay, so like, imagine it's so cute. And then the back cover honestly is fine just being plain. It's really just the front. When I flip it over, I really want the front to be extra cute. And I can bring in some red foil. I might bring these strings lights somewhere. Ah, yes, I wanted these in paper stickers because I also really like these cars. I don't know if they're gonna fit with what I'm doing now, but like, you never know. I could build a little forest here. Along the bottom with the Christmas trees. And now I've got this little scene that's like Christmas tree farm type of thing. This guy's coming this way with his Christmas tree. This one. So I've got Christmas trees on the bottom. It says merry and bright right there. And then at the top, I think these are, I want to see if these will show up well at all. Or maybe I'll go the candy cane route. I do like these. Maybe these should go over the Christmas trees. Okay. So I've got that, and then I'm also going to tie in these trees. They're like pre-lit trees on a farm. Can you see that? I like it. I don't know. The white background is like kind of makes the effect less awesome, but not by much. So I'm having a good time with that. But back to the original idea, which was, would these look okay across the top? It's kind of like Christmas threw up on my planner, but sometimes that's okay. There. Maybe. Nope. Okay, so I've got these all done. This is the front I will put on later. This is the front I want now. So like this is plain, but it was a pretty intrinsic design, or involved a design to begin with. So there's that, and yeah, okay. Take this out. I actually want this to be the back cover because while fighting with the paper, I kind of scuffed the lamination a bit. Oops. Ah, did I bend it? Okay, I didn't bend it. So that's the back and then the front. Okay. So then I can take my planner and see how this is actually going to look, because I might end up leaving this under it, but first I'm going to take it off. Especially since this is so decorative. Ew. Oh, do I like it? Not really, because of this. But you can leave this on. And it's a little better. I don't know. Let's play around with the back. So it's almost okay. The issue I'm having is this yellow book. No idea. Is this from this side? Yes. Okay, so what if I got this and I trimmed it? Then I punched it. Oh my god, that really worked. See, now it looks kind of like this design kind of keeps going. And then you have the top and the bottom that's still see-through, but because the background of this planner actually works well here, that worked out. So I'm gonna do that to the other side, probably. And this one doesn't line up quite as right, but that's okay. It's the back. It just needed to not have the books peeking out. And there's my cover. I like it. I think I'm gonna use it. It's interesting. This has been an interesting time. And then when I want to do more Christmas, I can take this one off. And just pop it right on, and then it's Christmas. There's this Christmassy cover, and I actually might just leave that strip there because the gold and the black flower doesn't go against this too much. But for now, this is what I'm operating with. This is my new cover. I think that it's not better really than my cover, but I like it. It was interesting. I would be a little disappointed if I had paid full price, just because even though the product itself is pretty nifty, the drawbacks of some of the necessary design choices, like this is clear, there's a lot of extra space up here, those types of things just make it not as good as like just a regular cover. But for something to like add a little bit of a seasonal swap here and there, I think it was fun to put together, and I think it's going to be nice to have for the next few weeks or so. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.